Welcome movie lovers, Critical Blindside here. I was going to finish up my long review on John Wick. However, I just watched a movie called Nightcrawler, and I'm definitely going to have to review this.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a job. I'm a hard worker. I set high goals. My motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy a ticket. So what do you say? I could start tomorrow, or even why not tonight?
No, I'm not hiring.
Look first! Go around, get a shot inside the car!
Hey, back away!
I got it, I'm back!
Will this be on television?
Morning news, if it bleeds, it leads.
First thing I'll start out with is, again, Jake Gyllenhaal does an amazing job. He's been on a roll lately with Enemy, and I'm not sure if he's done anything else since then, but this movie is completely carried on his shoulders. His character, he plays kind of like a neurotic, kind of obsessive compulsive, won't stop at anything, but not... You don't get the determination from him. I mean, he does have determination, but that's kind of like a sub-factor in what he's doing. He becomes obsessive, and he becomes kind of subtly possessed by his longing to succeed. And throughout the film, you see that he really won't stop at anything to... He has a problem. His character is really hard to explain. Because in the one hand, he's a despicable, horrible, and I'm not going to give it away, but I could add another adjective on there, person. And really, there's not much to like about him, yet you find yourself curiously rooting for him, and you find yourself able to connect with him, because on a core level, all he wants to do is succeed in a world that he knows is ruthless. So he himself but is ruthless, and he's really just a kind of not a foreshadowing, but a mirror of the world that he sees. And the first scene is just all foreshadowing. So the first scene that happens in the entire movie, you're kind of left wondering, like halfway through the movie, you're kind of left wondering, like, why is that scene in the movie? Like, I mean, it wasn't really that important, but, you know, it was the opening scene, so what's with it? But it just foreshadows the entire end of the movie, and it just goes to show you that this character will stop at nothing, absolutely nothing, to obtain his goals. And Jake Gyllenhaal plays an absolutely revolting character. I mean, this guy is despicable. Really, when you break his character down, he is a bad person, objectively. Yet you find yourself curiously interested and intrigued, and you're almost charmed by him, and you find yourself laughing, and you find yourself rooting for him, which really, I mean, bravo to Jake Gyllenhaal, because there's not very many actors that I can think of that can pull off a role quite like this. It's made, you know, a point throughout the movie that he is alone, and that he doesn't mind being alone. You know, he bargains for sexual favors. It's just it's an odd movie, but his aloneness becomes a kind of his central character trait in why he's alone, and it's just another trait that stacks onto his character. And he's not just this motivated, do anything to get it done kind of guy. You see these multiple onion layers of his character throughout the movie, and I think that's why the film succeeds in spades from this one character. And kudos to Renee Russo. She looks great. She's working, which is good. It's nice to see her doing something. Can't remember the last movie I've seen her in, however, don't really follow her. But she looked great. She did great. She did very good. It was a kind of a one-dimensional role, so she didn't have too much to work with, but with what little she was given to work with, she did well. So, you know, bravo to her. there were a couple other people in the film that did well. His sidekick, and other people are going to be taken out of the movie for this, but it kind of took me out of the movie. His sidekick kind of looked like M. Night Shyamalan, Shyamalan, and I'll put up a comparison right, bing, here. So he looks kind of like him. So every time I saw him, I just saw M. Night Shyamalan, which was, I know most people won't even notice that. Now, is this movie flawless? Is this movie perfect? Is this, Oscar, whatever? No. I mean, it's obviously not perfect. It's a very good movie. It's a very good character study. Some people are calling it a thriller or action, or what. It's definitely not an action movie, but I consider it more of a character study on what really the lengths you have to go to succeed in a business like what he was in, the night crawling business. And really, I mean, there were two things in particular that took me out of the film. One was, the M. Night Shyamalan lookalike. The other was, you see him beginning his night crawling, and yeah, he has a bad camera, and no, not a good sound, and he's just, shooting the wrong things, and he's learning his trade. But he's selling, some footage and that kind of thing, and you can see him kind of in like a collage, like adding each clip that he's sold, so you can see that he's working and doing stuff. And then, like, you come to find out that, like, at the end of the montage, which I roll my eyes a little bit at the montage, but there really is no other way of showing you a character progressing in his career without either saying 6 months later or a montage or whatever, so I give it a pass. But at the end of this montage, he has this, beautiful new car that he's doing his, new stuff in. He has, like 8 police scanners in this car, and it's like, what, why? And anyway, and come to find out that he's only been doing this for like 2 months, and he's got like all this stuff, and it's like, I was like, that doesn't really fit. I mean, he bought a brand new car, and he bought all kinds of brand new stuff in less than 2 months. To me, I didn't find that very believable, and it was one of the only things that took me out of the film as far as a logistics, or as far as a believability of the movie. And really everything else was, I mean, how it probably would have happened if you had a character like this. And obviously I'm not going to spoil any part of the end, because the end is what makes this movie, but the end, you're just left like, are you kidding me? Like, this just happened. And the entire theater was reacting the same way, which I'll get into the theater experience in just a bit here. Not a bad thing against the movie, but anyway, let me finish up the movie review. But the ending made the film. Jake Gyllenhaal in the ending, which, Jake Gyllenhaal kind of carries the movie, and I'm surprised it's gotten this good of a following, because it's a slow movie, which slow does not equate to boring. I really want to separate whenever I say slow. Slow does not mean I thought the movie was boring. Slow just means that the pacing of the movie is a slower pace than what a normal, movie that I would think of in this genre would be. Slower paced is I thought the pacing was good, it was just slower. And usually slower paced movies don't do all that well. Look at Drive. Critically it did well, but box office, it was, okay. But, so yeah, I'm surprised that it's getting this kind of a good following, which is great. I mean, we need to be supporting more movies like this. I'm glad it's got such a good rating. It deserves the good rating. So Jake Gyllenhaal definitely hammers in the performance, and he might be up for Best Male Actor. I mean, I don't know for this, I have no idea, but he should be. He did a really, really good job. Jake Gyllenhaal's been on a roll lately with Enemy, which is one of my favorite movies from last year, and now this movie. He's just doing some good work. So I like seeing old Jakey, kind of at the top of his game, which is good. And the same thing with Renee Russo. She did a great job portraying a kind of cutthroat news director. So, and then the ending of this movie just left you jaw on the floor, like, oh my goodness. It was one of the better twist endings that I've seen in a while. Totally didn't see it coming. Even though his character gave foreshadowing of it throughout the film, you didn't expect him to go to this low. You didn't expect him to do... I mean, he almost knew this was going to happen, and he let it happen. And his justification for it was mind-boggling, to say the least. So see the movie, definitely spend your money on it, go see this movie, go, it's definitely worth it. And if I wanted to be a, snarky, nitpicking asshole, I can nitpick the hell out of this movie, but again, like John Wick, like my last review, it's just too good of a gem to pick apart and to try to find flaws in, which you can find flaws in anything, but these are the type of movies that we need to be supporting. Again, my same message with John Wick. Please go see it. Tell your friends about it. I'm telling everyone I know. Obviously, the 5 people that watch this video, hopefully will see it. But let's switch focus for just a tad, and let's go to the movie watching experience. I'm now living in Central Florida, Orlando, and I went to go see this at a movie theater I don't usually go to, which is City Walk in Universal Studios. So I'm reminded of why I don't go to certain movie theaters. Within about a 5-minute period of when the movie started, I had what sounded like 2 people eating popcorn right next to my ear. 5 minutes in the movie, I'm getting crunch, and I had to turn around, and these people are just shoving popcorn in their face. And, okay, I like popcorn too, don't get me wrong, I might take 4 or 5 pieces and shove them in my face as well, but these people are taking a handful of popcorn and literally all like this, to where they're like, they're having to like scoop it back in their mouth, and it's just people. And when you chew the popcorn, it's a loud kind of a snack, so just chew with your mouth closed. I can't believe I had to tell grown adults to do this. The person like right in front of me to the right, halfway through the movie, snoring as loud as can be. I thought it was like 4 rows away from me, you know what I mean? But no, it was right there, just snoring. Go sleep at home. I mean, why would you pay $11 to go sleep? I mean, yeah, it's a comfy chair, and it's nice air conditioned, but why? I just don't get it. And then what else? There's people behind me dropped their phone like 5 times. Like, put the phone in the pocket. Like, that's what pockets are made for. Just put the phone away. Like, I mean, I don't know. The movie-going experience is just, it's the worst. Like, I was expecting someone to throw a baby around. There's a reason why I don't really go crazy about pirating. I love the movie and music industries, but really, some people have the worst manners and the worst etiquette for seeing a movie. I see a lot of movies, and rarely am I ever taken out of a movie because of the audience. And I try not to let that happen, because that's not the movie's fault. I can't fault the movie for that, but the movie-going experience is just terrible. I mean, anyway, so that's my, short tangent on that. But yes, please go see this movie. It's definitely worth your time and your money. And, don't watch the trailer. It's one of these movies that, not the ending, but some of it can be taken away from the trailer. Just go in there cold, but on a recommendation. It's definitely worth your time and your money, definitely. And go see it. And I will be completing my long review of John Wick soon. I've been busy, adult stuff. So be looking forward to that. And hopefully you like this new format of seeing my face and seeing me. So see you next time.